Beneath our feet lies one of Earth's greatest treasures, healthy soil. But climate change is quietly threatening this vital resource. Soil isn't just dirt. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that stores more carbon than all the world's forests combined. Yet rising global temperatures, extreme weather, and pollution are disrupting soil health across the planet. Did you know? Nearly 1/3 of the world's land is already degraded. That means less food security, less clean water, and less ability for our planet to fight climate change. In this story, from the Soil Story, we'll explore how climate change is reshaping the ground beneath us. From the drying fields of Africa's Sahel to the eroded farmlands of America's Midwest. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are solutions, and you can be part of them. Soil health is the foundation of life on Earth. It's the soil's ability to sustain plants, animals, and people by keeping life active underground, cycling nutrients, and supporting whole ecosystems. Healthy soil is rich in organic matter and alive with tiny organisms, bacteria, fungi, and earthworms, working constantly to break down plants, recycle nutrients, and create fertile ground for crops and wild plants. And it's more than farming. Soil naturally filters water, cleaning it as it travels through the ground. It also stores vast amounts of carbon, regulating our climate. Take the prairies of the U.S. Midwest. These soils hold carbon deep underground, keeping it out of the atmosphere. But soil health is fragile. Overusing chemicals, clearing forests, and poor farming practices strip away nutrients and kill the life within it. If we want sustainable food and a stable climate, we must protect the soil. How climate change affects soil? Climate change is putting massive pressure on soils worldwide. Rising temperatures dry them out, reducing the moisture plants and microbes need to thrive. In California, years of drought have cracked and hardened farmland soils. Extreme weather, floods, storms, hurricanes, washes away the topsoil, the most fertile layer we have. The United Nations warns that soil organic matter, the life-giving material that stores carbon and nutrients, is disappearing under climate stress. When it's lost, not only does the soil lose fertility, it releases stored carbon into the air, speeding up global warming. And then there's soil biodiversity. Earthworms, fungi, and bacteria, the invisible workers underground, are dying in changing conditions. In sub-Saharan Africa, real-world examples. In Africa's Sahel region, rising heat and shifting rains have brought drought and desertification. Farmers face dry, eroded land where crops struggle to survive. But the Great Green Wall Project is fighting back, planting trees, restoring soil, and creating hope across 11 countries. In the American Midwest, decades of intensive farming and extreme weather have caused massive soil erosion. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s was a warning, but soil loss continues today, costing billions. Farmers now use no-till farming and cover crops to rebuild soil and prevent erosion. In Australia, heat waves and less rainfall threaten soil microbes vital for nutrient cycling. Researchers are racing to understand how to protect these microscopic allies. These stories show the challenges are global, but so are the solutions. Why soil health matters to everyone. Make it personal to the listener. Soil health isn't just a farmer's problem, it affects you. It grows the food we eat, filters the water we drink, and keeps the air clean. When soil degrades, crop yields fall. That means food shortages and higher prices. In parts of India, soil degradation has already reduced wheat and rice harvests, staples for millions. Poor soil health also harms water quality. Eroded soils carry fertilizers and pesticides into rivers and lakes. This runoff creates dead zones in oceans, like the one in the Gulf of Mexico, where oxygen levels are too low for marine life. And soils are key to the carbon cycle. Healthy soils absorb carbon dioxide, helping slow global warming. But damaged soils release it. Protecting soil means protecting our food, water, and climate, and our future. Climate change and the soil carbon cycle. Soil is one of the largest carbon stores on Earth, even bigger than the atmosphere. When soil is healthy, it absorbs and locks away carbon dioxide from the air through plants and microbes. This process, carbon sequestration, is nature's climate defense. But when climate change and poor land management degrade soil, the process reverses. Stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere, fueling global warming. In the Arctic, thawing permafrost soils are releasing vast amounts of carbon and methane, gases that heat the planet even faster. Meanwhile, tropical deforestation strips away topsoil, releasing centuries' worth of carbon in a matter of years. Scientists estimate that degraded soils worldwide may have lost up to 133 billion tons of carbon over the last century. That's more than 10 times the world's annual emissions. By restoring soil health, we could capture significant amounts of CO2, helping slow climate change while boosting crop yield. Indigenous and traditional soil stewardship. Long before modern agriculture, indigenous peoples developed deep knowledge of caring for the soil. In Australia, Aboriginal communities practiced cool burning, small, controlled fires that cleared land, recycled nutrients, and prevented large wildfires that damaged soil. In North America, many native tribes used the Three Sisters method, planting corn, beans, and squash together. Corn provided structure for beans to climb, beans fixed nitrogen in the soil, and squash leaves shaded the ground to retain moisture. In the Andes, the Inca built terraces to prevent erosion and capture rainfall, turning steep mountainsides into productive farmland. These practices weren't just farming methods. They were systems of balance, ensuring soil stayed fertile for future generations. Today, scientists are revisiting these methods, recognizing they offer sustainable, climate-resilient ways to manage land. Honoring indigenous knowledge isn't about looking back. Here's the good news. Regenerative agriculture works. Cover crops shield soil from erosion, trap moisture, and feed microbes. No-till farming keeps soil life intact and stores carbon. Crop rotation balances nutrients and breaks pest cycles. Look at Gabe Brown's farm in North Dakota. Years ago, his land was degraded and unproductive. Today, after using regenerative methods, his soil is rich, teeming with life, and storing more carbon than many forests. And then there's agroforestry, planting trees alongside crops. Trees add organic matter, provide shade, and improve water cycles. These methods boost yields, store carbon, and make farms more resilient to climate extremes. What you can do: encouraging, empowering tone. You don't have to be a farmer to protect soil. Compost your food scraps. Avoid synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. Choose organic, natural alternatives. Plant native trees and shrubs to stabilize soil and support beneficial microbes. Try no-till gardening or plant cover crops in your own backyard. Support local farmers who use sustainable practices. Your choices help shift the food system towards soil health. Join community restoration projects or tree planting events. Even sharing this message spreads awareness. Every action, big or small, helps protect the ground beneath our feet. Healthy soil is one of our planet's greatest allies in the fight against climate change, but it needs our help now. By understanding the problem and embracing regenerative solutions, we can restore soil health and safeguard our future. Join the Soil Story community. Learn, act, share. Because when we save the soil, we save ourselves.